All right, Coach, what would be the purpose of doing a floor press instead of just a regular press on a bench?
So floor pressing is a great option if you don't have a bench, although
that's
we're really hoping that you do. It's also a very shoulder and elbow friendly variation. Sometimes pressing can irritate our upper body joints. And if you're working hard and training hard, sometimes that happens. And this allows us to reduce the range of motion a little bit and take some of the stress off of those joints. It's also a great way to improve the lockout of bench pressing exercises, which is the hardest part of the motion. It's where we're weakest. So this exercise starts where most people's sticking point is, or the portion of the range of motion that's hardest, a little bit off the chest as we're transitioning to the triceps really locking out the movement. So like for me personally, I care a lot about my barbell bench press weight and numbers, and this is my top accessory to really help my barbell pressing movements.
Yeah. Now, does it matter where my legs are? I like to put them right here.
It's a personal preference thing. It's a lot more comfortable for many people to have their knees up. But you can have your legs straight as well. What we don't want to do is really arch excessively through the low back. This is a sort of separate exercise of a bridge press. We want to be able to keep the hips low and the back mostly glued to the ground. A slight arch is okay because that's natural and normal, but we don't want to be putting a lot of stress on the low back, and generally the knees up can help with that.
Okay. So again, elbows tucked, flared, does it matter?
Anywhere within there, anywhere from a T to the elbows being tucked within this range. What we don't want, again, is the elbows above the shoulders. That's not ideal.
Okay. All right. And when you go down, do you let it sit there for a second? Does it matter? Do you touch and go? Like, boink?
Generally, we want to rest or pause briefly on the floor. That doesn't mean that we just sag and collapse, right? We're still going to maintain some tension, but we want a brief pause to kind of separate the eccentric or the lowering and the concentric or the pressing portion, and we can have that brief pause. We're motionless, and then pressing.
Yeah, so don't bounce them off. You're going to hurt yourself if you do that. It's not very comfortable.
Right.
All right, any other tips?
No, that's about it.
All right.